everyone, my name is Gabe and I'm one of the Launchpad teachers at Eagle High School. And I know you've heard us say this before, but we miss you guys so much. We miss being in class with you, we miss seeing some of you at youth group even, and all those things. We can't wait until we get to be all together again under one roof. But until then, we're so glad that you've tuned in and stayed connected with us through these LP Connect videos. And what we want you to know more than anything is that we're praying for you guys, right? We're praying for you as you figure out things that you've never had to figure out before and that we've never had to figure out before. Like, what is it like to stay home all the time? What is it like to do things like school and church and even friendships from home? And so we are praying for you guys right now as you navigate that and you figure out what that looks like. Last Thursday, Steve gave us a message of how do we move forward out of the Easter story and what's next. And what's next is actually sharing the gospel with our friends and being that messenger of hope to people. And so what I want to do today is read another passage that happens right after the Easter story. The reason I want to do that is, at least for me, it's really easy after Easter to just forget about Easter, right? We have all this momentum in the church leading up to Easter, all this excitement surrounding Easter. But after Easter ends, we pretty easily move into just everyday life. And especially this year, it feels like we had some excitement leading up to Easter, but after Easter, we kind of have set into what is looking to be like our new normal right now, which is just doing school, doing friendships, doing church, everything from home, and maybe you're getting a little bit tired of it. So how do you stay motivated and stay moving forward? And so what I want to do is read to you the very last chapter of Matthew, the very last verses of the book of Matthew, and it says this: Jesus came and told his disciples, "I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Therefore go and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." And so what we get in the very last part of the last chapter of the book of Matthew is Jesus tells his disciples, first of all, a command. He tells them, go and make disciples. And right now, we might be thinking, like, how are we supposed to do that right now? How are we supposed to go make disciples in an age, in a time where we can't even leave the house, right? And my challenge for you is to figure out how it is that you can do that. Because people right now, maybe even more than ever, need a message of hope of Jesus. How can you be the one to share that message with them this week? But like Steve talked about, we might feel a little discouraged by the fact that we don't feel worthy to spread that message. We don't feel like we are the ones that can do it. And Jesus doesn't only give his disciples a command, he also gives them a promise. The very last verse of the book of Matthew, he says, "Be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." And so what he tells them is, go and make disciples, but don't be afraid, because you don't have to do that alone. Go and make disciples, but I will be with you always, even to the end of the age. And so this week, how can you go and spread the hope of Jesus, knowing that you can have the confidence that you're not doing that alone, but that Jesus is with you as you do that? So this week, make it specific. How will you spread hope to the people around you, the people who might desperately need a message of hope? How will you spread hope to them, knowing that you're not alone because, one, Jesus is with you as you do that, and two, you have a family of other Christians, whether that be Launchpad or the church as a whole, globally surrounding you as you spread that message of hope. We miss you. We can't wait until we're back together, but right now, focus in on this week. How will you spread hope to the people